Welcome, English 10 folks, to Mr. McClung's English 10 Semester 1 in the school year of 2020. Some of you may have had my wife, Mrs. McClung, in class last year. Believe it or not, I am much, much cooler than she is, which most of you probably already know. Before we get started here, I would like to start with a dad joke. And this one actually I think is appropriate since this is an English class. We cannot have English without letters. We cannot have words without letters. And so letters are pretty important. But when the alphabet was originally invented, now there are 26 letters. But when it was originally invented by the Phoenicians hundreds and hundreds of years ago, there were only 25 letters. Nobody knew why. So let's dive in here. Let's dive into English 10. Here's your course homepage. Tiger, kind of lame for now. We'll get something more fun up there soon. But the tiger felt appropriate before I really got to know you and we could kind of figure out each other's sense of humors. So here is your module shell. And the reason it says 710 and not just 7 is because I teach English 10 on both days. So obviously my white day kids will be working through these same materials. You have your generic setup here. You know where you can find me. You can find me on Canvas, find me on email. This video will be posted here. It is not yet. We'll go up hopefully in about, let's say 15 minutes. So here's what I'm going to have you do today. Okay. The syllabus is linked right here. I would like you to investigate it. Okay. It is set up in a question form. I changed this year just because of the COVID stuff happening. So I actually set it up with some questions, some things that generally, yes, are covered on the syllabus, but things that you might be curious. You might want answers to. First of all, what the heck are we going to do in here? Pretty simple answer to that. It is English language arts. We are going to read and we are going to write, and we are going to try to build upon skills that you've already developed. I want you to leave a better reader and a better writer. That is my primary goal as your teacher, is to make you a better writer and a more critical reader. Those are my goals. We will read, for the majority of things we'll read will kind of be short stories, things that we can knock out in a class period, even less than that in most cases. However, we will read some longer things, and I've selected some things of high interest. My students, even students who don't love to read, always get through Anthem, and they always really, really enjoy To Kill a Mockingbird. They're just really, really cool, great pieces. We'll also read The Tragedy of Julius Caesar. Most of you, probably last year, read Romeo and Juliet. This one is way more violent. Lots of people die. There's a lot of conspiracy going on. It's actually pretty fun. We'll cover that in 5 days. We'll have a good time with it. I think you'll really like it. You will have to write. It is English class. I always have a student. Do we do essays in here? Well, yes, you do. However, I believe in providing choice as often as possible. So my hope is that if we can do things of interest to you, that you'll buy in. And again, my goal is to make you a better writer. A majority of the writing things we do will be in shorter chunks. We'll do tons of stuff with short answer response. You'll hear me say short answer response a lot. All right. You need to bring yourself in a YOLO attitude to class. Look, we're only here once. We want to have a good time. But in doing so, you need to come prepared. You need to bring yourself. You need to bring good attitude. You have to have a device. And it's very important with this COVID stuff going on. Bring your own charger. Make sure your computer's juiced up. That whole I need to borrow a charger, we'll get back to that here in a second. In the past, I've just been able to hand them over, but I can't do it right now, folks. Please, 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 please be prepared. Come to class with that juiced up device. Category weights are there for you. You may look at those if you would like. I strongly prefer you turn things in on time. My Canvas, those of you who had my wife in class last year, set up very similar to hers. It's dated. There will be some sort of narrative, and everything you need for my class will be there. So I also like to think my class is kind of absence friendly. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you miss classes, or say you have a surgery and you miss a couple weeks of class recovering, you can keep up with my class from there, from that recovery bed, from your Netflix setup on your couch, right? You can do my class virtually, all right? And obviously I'm here to help you as well. But if you miss days and you need to know what we did, it's right there for you, all right? Everything's going to be dated. Everything's going to go top to bottom, and you'll figure that out pretty quickly. I have some rules here, and I just kind of type these out in a paragraph form. The biggest one that I want to stress is just to be respectful. I promise that I will respect you. Once I get to know you, we might joke around quite a bit because I just enjoy doing that. That's just kind of the way that I live my life. But I promise I will respect you, and I ask that you respect me, and just as, if not more importantly, respect the people around you once we physically get to the classroom. All right, because I have pretty much a zero tolerance policy for bullying or picking on people. I just don't do well with it. All right. Second thing I just really want to stress, and you can read the rest of that paragraph if you would like, don't plagiarize. I say this every year and it sounds so simple, but copy and pasting something off the internet or taking someone else's work or stealing your buddy's work and trying to play it off as your own, that is plagiarizing. That is cheating. And there are huge punishments and consequences that come with that. Not just a grade doc, but you get a referral. It goes on your record. We're talking percentage drops in a class, not just a zero on that test, on that writing grade. And then you have to go to the office. You have to have detentions. Plagiarism it's no bueno. It's no bueno, folks. Hey, I'm always going to let you know on due dates. It'll be posted on the board. It'll always be on Canvas. I update Canvas even when things change. If we have a delay, we have a cancellation, I update due dates. So just check it out. Those things will always be there for you in those modules. Technology, again, bring headphones. Bring headphones every day. When we are working in class, I will allow you to plug those in. I give work time pretty much every day. I like to tell students, if you are productive when you are in my classroom, aside maybe from some reading outside of class, you should, for the most part, very rarely have homework, other than maybe studying some vocabulary. Like I said, maybe you have some reading to catch up on. If you have questions, I'm happy to meet with you. I do coach golf in the fall, in the spring, but holler at me on Canvas or email. You can see that is linked there as well. What I would like you to do with this now is I would like, now that you've gone through this syllabus, I would like you to propose a change or recommendation in a one-paragraph form. So I want to take a look at some of your writing samples here. You've noticed 4 people have already done this without this video, so I guess I'll meet you next time virtually. Propose a change, and I'll tell you what, if you come up with something that's pretty good, maybe you can sway me and we'll consider adding that to the syllabus. If that's the case, I'll even give you props for it. Okay, feel free to be silly if you would like. Okay, I am not concerned that this is something that can actually happen. What I would like is just to see a 4 to 8 sentence writing sample from each of you. All right, gang. So you then progress, go to the end of the module here. There is a discussion board in case you do have questions that you want me to address. I'm happy to do that. All right, type those in. I will get to those as soon as I can. As soon as they pop up there, I will answer your question. So I'm looking forward to our next virtual meeting. We will perhaps do some things maybe a little bit more fun other than reading and talking about a syllabus. So baby shark your way out of here, gang, and we will see you next time. Have a great weekend and a great Monday for you White Day folks. See ya.